Welcome guys to another episode of Tier Maker. So in this video we're ranking the JJK covers, like the manga covers. I did this video like a while ago, but with My Hero manga covers, and I will say I do like the My Hero ones better, but occasionally there's the JJK one that I think is really good. So without any further ado, let's get started with Volume 1. I think it's like a good base cover. I will say Itadori looks a little bit weird on the cover. He just doesn't quite look like Itadori. I don't know, something looks a little bit off about him, like in his face, but I don't know, it's still a pretty good cover. So I'll give it like A tier. See, next up we have. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what the Volume 0 thing is. I don't know if it's like a prequel, but I don't know. I'll give it like. It's not my favorite cover ever. I'll give it like C tier. See, next up, Volume 2. I think it's pretty good. I think it'd look a little bit better if there was like a little bit more purple lighting on like the bird. But it still is a pretty good cover, so I'll give it B tier. See, next up, Volume 3. I like this one. I like how it's like red and there's like red all throughout it. Like even in like the shines on the suit, it still like has like a slight reddish tint. So I like this one. I'll give it like A tier. See, next up, one of my favorites. This one, a Gojo. I don't know what it is. I like this one. I saw one kind of cool one the other day. Someone like redrew the manga panel to be Bakugo instead, which just looked really cool. But I don't know. It's pretty cool. I'll give it like. I think I'm gonna give it S tier, but it barely gets S tier. Like it's really good, but it barely gets S tier. But I like it. See, next up, Volume 5. What is this, Volume 5? Yeah, that's Volume 5. I think it's not my absolute favorite. It's like, don't get me wrong, it's good. It's just that I think that like I think that like his body could use like a little bit more shading, but that's just my opinion. But it's still pretty good. I'll give it B tier. Next up, Volume 6. This one I think is actually pretty cool. I like this one. It's for a lot of these, like, since it's like kind of a little picture, it's a little bit hard to see, but so I have to like look pretty close. But I think this one's pretty good. I'll give it like A tier. Next up, Volume 7. Like there's a point where like the covers, I think it's like around Volume 7, where they start looking like a lot different from all the other ones. Like they have like way more lighting and stuff. But yeah, this one I like it. I'll give it like A tier. See, next up, Volume 8. Again, like with like some of these, I can barely tell what's happening, but they look good. Like I can tell that there's two arms, a body. I think it's Toji. I can barely tell what's happening though, but I like it though. I'll give it like really high B tier. See, next, Volume 9. Let's see, what is this? Okay, Volume 9. It's like the background's a little bit dull in my opinion. Like it like nothing really like stands out too much except like the white on his body. But I don't know. I'll still give it like B tier. See, next up, Volume 10. I like this one more. I just like how much like the character on it stands out, like amongst like the green. I don't know. I think it looks good. I'll give it A tier. See, another one of my favorites, Nanami. This is either my favorite or my second. Yeah, no, it's probably my second favorite. I don't know what it is, but they did a really good job on this one. I like how they did it. Next up, Volume 12. It's alright. I'll give it like. Yeah, I'll give it like B tier. So next up, 13. This one, I'm probably not this far in the story because all I've seen is like the anime. So I've seen like most of season. Yeah, I finished season 2, so that's where I'm at. So I don't actually know what's happening in a good amount of these, but I don't know. I think this one's good. I like it. I think if it had like a brighter background color, then it might look a little better. But besides that, I think it's good. I'll give it like, yeah, I'll give it like really, yeah. You can pass on. I'll give it A tier. See, next up, one of my favorites. This one was Sukuna. I don't know what it is, but like the purple and the blue just go great together. I think this one's actually my favorite. I'll give it S tier. It's just like, I don't know, when there's like one color of lighting throughout an entire thing, it just looks really good. Next up, 15. I know it's supposed to be like a big thing, but like it just looks kind of goofy in my opinion. It's hard to take him seriously. I don't know, but it's alright. I'll give it C tier. Next up, 16. I can barely tell who that is. I'm gonna be honest. I can barely tell who that is. It's like it looks good. I think. Yeah, I have no clue who that is, but it's alright. I'll give it like really, really low B tier. Next up, 17. This one, again, like they did like the lighting, and when I just like when there's like a color of lighting, preferably like a shade of like red or purple, sometimes blue, that like is just like throughout the whole thing, and this one kind of does it in the background. So I'll give it like mid B tier. See, next up, 18. There's a lot of these where you just can't tell what's happening. Like with this one, I can't really tell what's happening. It looks kind of cool with like the weird glitchy looking pattern on it. I like that, but it's a little bit weird that like no matter how much I look at it, I cannot decipher what's happening on the right side. But let's see. And last but not least, 19. This one is one that I just cannot figure out what's going on. Like I don't know, but it's all right. It looks like, I don't know. This one kind of looks like just a completely different show from all the other ones, but it's alright. I'll give it like, whoa, it's bugging. I'll give it like really high C tier. Alright, that'll be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and goodbye.